My epiphany was March of this year when I saw less than 1,000 T-shares, I believe, were staked in March of 2024, right around that kind of time frame. And I was like, is it really being faded that much? And then I did the hand calculations, right? And I said, well, wait a minute. What if this continues? And you got to remember, HEX inflates every day, and it's paid out to stakers in the form of daily payouts. And so that means that there will always be more HEX minted as long as the system's being used, which means that in 15 years, it could be like 90 million HEX that'll come out on a daily basis, right? That's how inflation works. And so that 90 million only gets distributed to T-shares. And it didn't take much of a math genius to figure out that if I have 90 million, and we'll use the actual numbers we have at the moment for projections. If I have 90 million HEX and I divide that by 33,000, just rough numbers, that means that my T-shares will pay me, if there were only 30,000 T-shares on the future, they would pay me 2,727 HEX per day. If we just think, and I know that this is not going to happen, this is a thought experiment. Well, let's just assume that by the time that between now and 15 years from now, no extra interest in HEX. So we only have 33,000 T-shares per year, every year being staked from now on. That would mean that when we get out into that area, we would have something around 500,000 T-shares as we get into 2039 and beyond, right? So roughly around 500,000. If you take 90 million HEX per day being distributed across 500,000 T-shares, that's 180 HEX per T-share per day. Today, the payout is roughly 7.1. So what we're saying is that if we did not change our staking behavior and it remained at this kind of level, that you would 25x your APY on HEX, 25x it between now and 15 years. So I am 100% certain, I guess I could be wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. I am 100% certain that if way out here in 2039, I'm going to be getting, 25x the APY, which would be something akin of 600 to 700% APY on my HEX stakes, that other people are going to stake. It's just a matter of time. The system will progress along enough. People will earn enough yield. It will be adopted enough that somebody else will go, hey, I really like high APR. So I guess I will stake in 2039. So I don't think that we'll, or 2040 or 2041. I don't think we'll end up with as few as 500,000 T-shares. In that thought experiment, if the fudders are right and nobody will ever stake again, that's what happens. And so if that happens, does that mean that HEX is dead? No, it doesn't mean HEX is dead. It just means that the stakers have received a whole lot of HEX. HEX still exists. It's on Pulsechain. It's still going to cycle however it cycles along with the rest of crypto, which means people can still speculate. And to your point earlier, that they could trade it. And so as long as there are traders trading value and there's liquidity for HEX, even in a less popular staking situation, way in the future, there's plenty of value for staking HEX.